You know what's great about that? I've got this Stream Deck thing now. It did all that with one button. It started recording. It and it played the music and switched the transition thing off and everything. Did it all like that. It was great. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Space Game Junkie podcast. I, as always, am your co-host Brian, and joining me, as always, is your co-host Spaz
Hello.
and your co-host Hunter.
Because I, as always, am not always here.
And I usually am.
Sadly, Jim is not able to join us tonight. Thank you, folks. First off, thank you for your patience in understanding that we needed a short break. We love doing the podcast. Don't get us wrong, but like, there's just been some added stress lately that we're going to talk about, and so like something had to give a little bit. And this was the easiest thing to push to the sidelines for a couple of weeks. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm in a much better position mentally to do this. Well, apparently you are too. You're here. But
Indeed.
I didn't want to speak for you. So before we get into our topic, let's just do a quick little like how we doing check-in. Spaz, how are you doing up there?
Aside from the usual, which is strange because this is the new normal around here. Yeah, things are going all right.
And Hunter, how are you doing?
It's interesting. Things are in a very unique place. I was actually just talking to my wife about this just this evening about like, I think the reason why I miss going into the office isn't so much because I miss necessarily people, which I do. I mean, being an introvert, there are still people that, colleagues that I enjoy interacting with, but I think the concept of structure is easier when you know where to put your focus better. Because like I can focus on things at home, but usually it's like what drives me my interests. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to explore this game, or I want to explore this activity, or I want to learn more about how to do coding, and just like things that interest me are the driving things for while I'm working from home. But like trying to work from home, it's just like work becomes more exhausting than normal. Um, I don't know if any of this is making any sense, but
It's a different structure than you're used to. There's some
yeah,
adjustment going on with that because you had that old routine going to work, and then you had that structure of whatever happens at work is at work, and then whatever happens at home, that's your downtime from all of that. And now you're at home, and you don't have that side structure to work off of anymore.
right. And so it's things are good. Like I am in a good place. I think even mentally about like whatever thing's going on. It was definitely 2 weeks of uh you know bat crazy. um but and that was mainly because of my work. I'm the head of IT for the company that I work for, and we do not have an existing work from home policy in place. I mean, we have laptops for folks in case they need to finish a report from home, or if they're going on a trip, like a work trip. I mean, with that kind of thing. But like overnight, we've completely adopted an entire work from home attitude, and um that change in how we operate has just thrown everything that we were doing in a blender and said, "Oh, let's try it on puree." It's just like, so, um, but yeah, I've been doing good. I've been doing good. I think I think as time goes on, and you get unfortunately adjusted to the reality. Um, you get used to it. I don't want this to become the new norm in the long run.
Oh God.
But
Oh God, no. Yeah, please no.
I think we will be dealing with this through next year, however.
Oh yeah.
So-
Probably.
Well, I mean, I think there's going to be I definitely think there's going to be massive aspects of it that we're going to be dealing with. I do think we're going to see some forms of levity in like being able to what am I thinking here? Like I do think you're gonna see some like breaks in like what you can do. Like I foresee a few of my colleagues and I being able to return to the office on a more regular basis, but that's not going to be like this true for everybody that works at my location. So
Well, you could do everything you do remotely, though, right?
I can do probably 95% or 99 to 95% of my job remote. The problem is with being the head of IT, you know, there's certain things that sometimes you have to physically go and lay hands on it. Or like, you know, if you need to deploy new equipment for somebody or replace equipment for somebody, there is that bit of something needs to happen. It would be nice though, because you know we're in a position to where strategically, you know, we could adopt a 100% like cloud environment where we could just move all of our assets and our databases and everything like into some form of cloud environment. And then the interesting thing about that is you can also set up policies and have people like order their own equipment using like a business card or whatever, a business account. And then once they log into it with their business, whatever, all of the policies and stuff get pushed to that device, and so you don't actually have to touch it. But at that point, it's just like, you know, this is a forever environment, and I don't like that.
Iceberg in the chat is wondering what company you work for. Are you allowed to say?
I think I've talked about it briefly enough. I mean, I work for Habitat for Humanity. So, you know, we're a nonprofit organization,
which is an awesome company, by the way. Just FYI,
Yeah.
y'all. Just awesome.
The downside about the organization right now currently is all retail is not considered essential services, and so we had to temporarily lay off our entire retail staff.
Oh,
Which you know, for the area that I'm in, which I'm not going to go into, but the area that I'm in, you know, that's like 60 some odd employees across our region. And then on top of that, like even though new home construction is considered an essential service, because you know these are people that are already living in more, you know, desperate living situations than they would be, you know, living in a home that we helped them to build. But you know, then it comes with that, you know, without the retail side of things, then your funding gets costs for new homes, and then you're having to solely rely on financial donations, and you know, government grants or other organizational grants, or you know, because you know, being purely, you know, being given money to do these things, organization is very rough, you know, so it's definitely changed things. So it's interesting.
sucks about them
But
laying all those people off. I mean, I get it, but oh god.
it's interesting though, because the habitat that I work for, we're definitely one of the we have financially set ourselves up in a better state. Like we have a lot of really smart people. Not to say that others don't have smart people, but like we have a lot of people that really know how to work angles and work on getting grants and money and stuff like that. So we've been able to financially, you know, set ourselves up for success for many years. But at the same time, you know, so we have like a pretty robust technology budget as an example of that. So we get to work. I'm thankful that I get to work with a lot of new technology, whereas a lot of habitats, they don't kind of, you know, a lot of nonprofits even don't have the kind of technology budget that I get. So like, you know, I was able just to go out and be like, here's 10 brand new laptops for our employees so that way they can work from home. You know, not a lot of organizations that are nonprofits have that kind of just, you know, flexible budget. So
Right. Yeah. So, thankfully, we're mostly doing okay, as you can hear. It's weird for all of us, as I'm sure it's weird for all of you. But we wanted to talk tonight about, because we're all at home now. Well, we all should be at home more. And so we thought we should come up with like a list of games you should have on hand that you can play a lot of, and lose yourself in. It doesn't have to be space games. There will be some space games we'll talk about, but we thought we'd come up with a few games.
Brian, are you playing Eve?
Yeah. Yeah. I figured we were going to talk about Eve, and I was thinking I could make a recording of Eve, but why? I mean,
it's just you. It's just you flying an adventure through space. Is what's
pretty
going
much.
on right now.
Pretty much. I have to find Veldspar, and I have no idea how to do that, so I was going to try and figure that out. But even that's so chill, you know.
Just go find yourself an asteroid belt. Right click anywhere in space, and then you'll see a list of. Well, no, not into Dixie. You got to go to Botane. Go to
all right.
Botane. Go to the next system over.
Anyway, so so yeah, we thought we'd bring up some games that you should have on hand, and there are sales going on all over the place. I think Fanatical is having one right now. The spring sale on Steam is just about to happen, I think. Right? Isn't that like any day now? Yeah. So
you would think it would have already been going on by now, but
yeah, usually didn't happen around Easter. Usually, that's what I thought.
Usually, yeah.
But yeah, so Steam's spring sale is gonna happen. Like they're gonna drop it like it's hot any moment now. So we thought we'd just like talk about games we feel you should have that'll eat up the newly homebound hours you find yourself with. And so one I thought we would talk about, the first one I thought, because Hunter and I have been playing a lot of this, is EVE Online, which if you're not aware, you can play for free these days. And they've been shaking things up so much that both Hunter and I are back in the game.
As soon as you think you're out, they pull you back in.
Oh, there are a lot of asteroid belts here. That's fantastic. So yeah, this is a game it's got a learning cliff. Let's just be honest. It's gotten better. The new player experience has definitely gotten better. Even I can play this now. And you don't have to be ganked all the time. We've just been doing PvE, and they have this great thing called the Agency, which is just a PvE finder. It just lists agents, encounters, missions, all this stuff. And
hey, you got a storyline agent.
I know. I'm doing that right now.
Nice.
I'm doing that right now. So yeah, that's why I needed the Veldspar. Let's see, is there any around? What? Anyway,
that belt might be mined out.
Yeah, it might be. Oh god, I think it is. Oh, there's nothing here. Okay. So Hunter, besides EVE Online, is there a game that's been taking up your time?
Yeah, I'm still doing STO, so I've been still in the passive state. So I'll go and occasionally do like a patrol or some task force operations, but mostly I've been doing a lot of the duty officer, admiralty, R&D stuff. So a lot of the kind of as we like to call it, some of the Zen gameplay, just kind of like sit and play with menus and stuff like that. All of the passive kind of gameplay elements that are in STO. So Been doing a lot of that, and I've actually found a really good place to do the recruitment stuff. It turns out if you're at Starfleet, the space station, Starfleet space station, Earth Space Dock, right? ESD, yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally you'll get I've actually gotten quite a few in a row, different recruitment things in there. So I've been grinding up my recruitment stuff because of all the commendations, I only have 3 that are not to level 4 yet. So I need to get recruitment, trade, and I think what's the other one? Is it the God, what's it called? It's closer towards the bottom. I think it's like the colonization one.
Yeah. That
So,
between trade, well, no, trade is actually pretty easy because you can do that at DS9. But
yeah, trade I ranked up huge at DS9.
Yeah. Between colonization, that one takes a while. Recruitment takes a while. Recruitment definitely takes a while. That's one that I don't have maxed out on any of my characters.
Yeah, and I think the ambassador stuff, all of that stuff.
Diplomacy takes a while.
Once you get, I think though, like once you get to level 2, it opens up, or rank 2, it opens up some more types of duty officer missions you can get, and then when you get to 3, it enables you to like go through each different sector systems and find quite a bit.
Oh,
so Brian, see all those rocks over there? Go fly towards those because it looks like your scanner is not reaching them. So if you just click on a rock and like a right click on a rock and approach, yeah, there you go. Get up in those rocks, Brian. So there's some condensed scordite.
I got it now. All right, thank you. So in the channel, we got some games mentioned. Besides the one you'll be talking about in a moment, Spaz. The Old Republic has come up, which I don't remember the last time I thought of the Old Republic. It's been a while.
It's interesting. It's interesting. That's another game, kind of like Eve and Star Trek, that as the years have gone on, they've definitely improved it, in my opinion. The single player experience, and for me at least, has definitely improved by and far a lot. Because when it first came out, the Old Republic was a game that didn't know what it wanted to be, because like all of the MMO stuff was great, but then the single player stuff got in the way, and all the single player stuff was great, but then all of the MMO stuff got in the way, and so it's just like, it was a game that didn't know what it wanted to be. But now, it's, if you just wanted to play the story campaign stuff, you can totally do it without having to like worry about dealing with the MMO kind of bull stuff. It turns into just like almost just like a generic RPG at that point.
Okay, and that's also free to play, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
It is, but they do. I will say they do nickel and dime the crap out of the add-on.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Like you want another bar to like put spells on. Pay like.
Oh God!
Couple
Really?
of bucks. Like,
oh God!
Yeah, you want that other really cool hairdo. Pay like they really lock it down. Like you want to go play as like a pureblood Sith. You got to buy the. But I mean, STO has some of that, but it's but not like the Old Republic. The Old Republic's got it bad.
Damn.
Yeah. But it is good. I do like it.
So yeah.
Basically, as a co-op RPG, that's the perfect. You can play that perfectly right now as a co-op game. It really is that good, in my opinion. Now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like it's something that like the 3 of us could go in and co-op sometime if we ever wanted to.
Maybe Would that be a long play game, do you think, Spaz? Or is that like just a regular Tuesday night thing? I wouldn't mind trying that.
I don't know. I mean, I know with STO you can do the same sort of thing. If you want to play episodes, you can play them in a group back to back.
Oh.
In the same sort of way that you're talking about.
Oh, really? Huh.
And there are some that actually benefit from having people from multiple disciplines, tactical science, engineering, in the same mission, because they're optional objectives that require someone of that background.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe we should put STO on the Thursday night thingamajig at some point.
It would be fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
We had fun with it. Yeah.
We did a Patreon gathering a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna do another one because it was just so much bloody fun. So yeah, there's definitely Star Trek Online is definitely a good one. Sounds like STOR is a good one. Total Reliable Delivery Service was mentioned in the chat, and we have played that, and we loved it. We loved that game. I could see, like, if you have a few people in the same house, that a game like that would be hilarious. Because it has local co-op too, right? Am I remembering correctly? It's not just online co-op; it's local co-op.
I think it's local.
Yeah, that would be some great couch co-op right there. If you're stuck with multiple people, like I'm just stuck with my wife, who is not a gamer at all. So here goes that idea. But yeah, folks, if you haven't tried it, total split screen even. Oh, there you go. Yeah, local split screen co-op.
God, great. I miss that. Oh.
There are a lot of Steam games that do it, and I have successfully over the Steam link had some great local co-op sessions here when I was allowed to have people over.
Actually, come to think of it, we got to find out. I think it's man, maybe I might have just shot myself in the foot. The Lego games are only 2 people co-op, right? You can't do more.
Yeah, that's the downside of the Lego games. Even like Lord of the Rings Lego, for example, is only 2 people. It's like, come on.
Well, I was gonna say, if like we could do like Lego Star Wars, the 3 of us co-op, that'd be a lot of fun. But
sadly, we can't.
Alas,
Sadly, we can't. That sucks. Yeah, I don't get. I mean, I love that they're co-op and they're wonderful, but only 2 people? What? Come on. So, Spaz, I'm pretty sure you're chomping at the bit to talk about the big game you wanted to talk about.
Well, more a series, but the Mountain Blade series, which was mentioned in the chat. Yes. Even if you don't use mods, you can spend hundreds of hours. And although Warband is the current pinnacle, I am of the opinion that Bannerlord is going to surpass it once they have ironed out a lot of the kinks in it. It's shaping up to be there. It's the new engine supports up to 1,000 units in combat at once. And if there are more than that, you have waves of reinforcements that'll come in over time.
Oh, wow.
And the battles are just insanely fun. I've had so much fun with that. I've spent 130 hours in Bannerlord alone since it released.
Damn, it's only like a week out, right? Something like that?
I told you I'm a fan.
Damn. Damn. I think the only thing the only thing I've put that many hours into in the last week or so is sleeping. Like, I don't.
Well, it came out on March 30th. March 30th
so,
was when it released.
Oh, okay,
but
so it's been 3
since
weeks.
then, I put in a lot of time with it.
That's a lot of time. That's still a lot of time. Yeah, that's still. Sorry, I'm. Yeah,
You
Skyrim.
forgot the pedal again, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it's like I'm just not used to holding it down yet. So I was holding it down. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, I forgot. I forgot I was holding it down. Then I'm like, wait, why is my thing grayed out? Oh,
Brian.
I know I'm such a goof. Wah wah. Anyway. It's that 50s sitcom. It's Brian. Don't know.
It's funny because we use the exact same pedal.
I know, but I'm not used to it yet because I've only had it for like a few weeks. So like, it's different. It's way different than the last one. The last one that I had, you pushed forward, so I would push with the heel of my foot. But the way this one is, I'm pushing back. I mean, the ball of my foot. But with this one, I'm pushing back on the heel of my foot, and I'm just not used to it. So like, I'll forget I'm doing it. Yeah. See, so. So yeah, so let's see. What's the next game I wanted to bring up? Well, clearly, folks, if you don't have Free Space 2 by now, you need to buy Free Space 2 because the amount of mods for that thing, and I know I bring it up because it's my favorite game in the world, but there are so many mods for it that you can get through the Gnosis launcher. That's Gnosis with a K at the beginning. That you're looking at thousands of hours of playtime. Just playing Diaspora repeatedly. I think I've played through what's available for Diaspora like 4 times. Because that's the Battlestar Galactica total conversion that is just astounding, you know? And that's free. Just go get Free Space 2 if you don't have it already. I'm kind of sad Jim wasn't able to make because I'm bringing up Arma 3 for the same reason. Now, Arma 3, it's let's be honest, it's janky as fuck. That's the only time I'm going to try and curse in the entire show, but it is so janky. It is the jankiest thing. It's not as janky as Autobahn Police Simulator 2. I will tell you what.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh my god, that was one of the jankiest things that ever janked. My god, but Arma 3, yes, Skyrim as well. Arma 3 has so many mods that add new missions, new campaigns, all this random stuff, and a lot of it is single player if you don't like multiplayer. I don't like multiplayer. Jim keeps asking me, and I'm not interested. But he keeps asking. Get on him. I just want to do single player. But even in single player, there is a ton of stuff for it. Like a million things. So, no, I'm talking... Well, Warband 2, I guess, but I'm talking specifically Arma 3. Because if you look at the workshop for Arma 3, holy mother of God.
Yeah, it's pretty balls crazy in there.
And there is so much good stuff. Like I've played like some of the fan training missions, and like they're like random recon missions you can get that generate missions every time, a different mission every time you play, which you can do in single player. So even though I really didn't know what I was doing, I just tried one or two, and damn, it was very different every time. I got killed very quickly, as one would expect. But it's such a sandbox for all these different toys that people have made.
Well, if you want to talk about Homeworld or talk about mods, I was going to talk about Homeworld.
All right,
there's actually a sale going on right now on Steam, I believe, for some of the Homeworld stuff. And even though we haven't really talk about the Steam Workshop for Homeworld, there's a lot of really great stuff in there too.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
some of it turns it. Some of these mods are actually like full on game conversions that turn it into like a completely different style of game, where instead of it being like single-handed missions, it's like a long play of like resource gathering and like almost empire building. Some of them are like total conversions to do like Star Wars stuff, where you can just do scenarios and go balls to the wall with that. There's a really cool Star Trek one that I really like. So yeah.
I know they're also working on a Wing Commander total conversion for it, which last I saw looked amazing. It was like Wing Commander 2 era, I think. So you had some of the most memorable fighters in all of the series, I think, are in Wing Commander 2. And so that's like, yeah, there's a lot of mods for Homeworld. And we can totally talk about games with lots of mods that add like content to it. And there's a lot of games that do that, like Skyrim.
Sins of a Solar Empire.
So that's another good one.
Oh, yeah.
That's another good one.
That would also fit on this list particularly because there's so much replay value in that.
Oh, so much replay value. It's disgusting. Spaz, did you have another game you wanted to bring up?
Well, I could bring up a few, but I'll bring up Dying Light because you get many dozens of hours of gameplay out of that.
God, that's a good point. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that, and I love Dying Light. Yeah, folks, I don't know if you've watched our Dying Light videos, but it's fun in single player, but it is a joy in co-op. An absolute joy. Once you get to a point where you're not running away from everything, which doesn't take super long. It's like a couple of hours when you'll start being able to fight back a little bit. Oh my God, the whole game just opens up into this amazing thing with fabulous writing. Sins of a Solar Empire does have quite a few mods. There's an amazing there's an amazing mod called Star Trek Armada 3.
The level
which
of
we
detail,
love.
The level of detail in that mod is ridiculous.
It's astounding. It's absolutely probably one of the best mods I've seen for anything. It's a pretty much a total conversion into what you would expect. Next generation, era. It's just next generation era, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the models and they've overhauled everything. And
it's detailed. They've also brought in I think some sound effects from the previous Armada games and some stuff from like Deep Space Nine show. Like there's totally a bunch of Garrick lines in there, for example.
Oh really? That's great.
Yeah.
Oh God. How much do we wish he shows up in Picard? Him or Kira? That's all I care about. Oh my God.
Well. Did I say Garrick?
Yes.
You said Garrick.
I meant Ducat. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly not. He's clearly not showing up. Well, you never know with this universe.
No,
he's probably not showing up.
He's probably not showing up. Now, if they pulled Cisco out, I'd be like, oh.
Well,
they kind of have already done that bit in Star Trek Online a little bit.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Kind of.
Really?
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta play more STO. I finished the first chain of Klingon war missions in STO. That was a good time.
And that was one of the first arcs, and it gets a lot better after that.
Really? Okay, that's because that wasn't. I like that arc. It was pretty fun. Well, the ground stuff, but the space stuff.
Nobody loves the ground game.
Nobody loves it.
But it does get better after about. Let's see. I would say after the Romulan arc, things start really picking up.
Yeah,
when they introduce the actual Romulan start into the universe, that changed things.
I really feel like the game exploded once they finally did the Delta Quadrant stuff.
Well, that too. Yeah.
And I say exploded in a good way. Like,
now, Jose, this is kind of what we're talking about. So many games, not enough time. We all have a lot more time now because we're home a lot more. That's what we're talking about. I mean, unless your life has not changed much pre-pandemic.
Well, and what's funny about that is I'm a big fan of Victor Lucas, who does the Electric Playground, and he still has a really massive YouTube following. But he was actually interviewed on CNN recently for like praising the timing of a lot of these new games that have come out to keep people home, like Animal Crossing and so on and so forth. So,
Oh, could Animal Crossing be better timed for this? I mean, I don't think they didn't plan this, right? It was just this was that was the original release date, and yeah, they couldn't have planned this better. I know so many people who are just balls to the wall in like balls deep. Sorry about the language, but balls deep in Animal Crossing. Like, oh my god. Like every other Facebook post they post is about Animal Crossing. Like, I kind of want to switch.
On a similar note to that, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep.
Now, the story about that is the physical copies were still shipping at the same time they were supposed to ship. But Square Enix pushed the digital release early to try to keep people at home.
And to not to mention, I've been hearing tons of praise about the new remake, that it was just like, it's not just a beat for beat like super duper cool remake of the original. Like it's almost like its own game entirely. Like if you think you've played Final Fantasy VII, you haven't.
I haven't bought it yet, but I have heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, this is one of those reasons, this is like one of those times where I honestly wish I did have a PlayStation 4, was because of games like that.
Which is totally fair.
I got to tell you guys, speaking of PlayStation 4, I could not. What's that game that's finally coming out for PC? Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
Coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I could not be more excited for that one. I saw my brother-in-law playing it on his PS4. I'm like, oh my God, I want that.
It is very good. It is so very, excited. Very good.
So excited about that. That's this summer, I think. That is coming out. So, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows if we'll have more time or less time by the summer?
Hey, there's always the EDF games.
EDF!
I'm really hoping that we get an historic low on EDF 5 over the next wave of sales.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, because I don't know if I can do $30. $20, yeah, probably. But 30? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I would be double dipping to get it because I got it on PS4 originally. Pre-ordered, in fact, for the Ultimate Edition. So I've got all the DLC and everything on PS4, but I would double dip for it so we can put it on the calendar because we love that series so much, and 5 is great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, Jose, you say you're still working from home. I just wanted to say I hope everyone in the chat and everyone watching and listening still has a job of some kind, because damn. I mean, the level of unemployment right now is insane. Just insane.
If you I was going to bring up a couple other games that are fun if you've got
go for it.
A couple of friends that you want to play with online that are really good. The first one is oh God, I just blanked. My brain went to mush. Jeebus. The dwarves in space mining.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, thank you. Deep Rock Galactic is a good one.
We have that on the calendar for I think a couple of weeks from now, and that's a great one. Yeah, that's a great one.
And Space Beast Terror Fright.
Oh yes, absolutely. We have never not had fun with that game.
I love Space Beast Terror Fright, especially when we played it like together. It is so much fun.
Oh, and friends, someone brought this up earlier. Since we're talking about playing with other people online, if the Jackbox games go on sale, the Jackbox packs, those are wonderful. Not every game is great, but a lot of them are, and you don't need to be in the same house to play together. It's amazing what they've done. because only one person needs to own the game, and then you go to a website and put in a code for the room, and you're playing on your phone with other people. Like we played with my wife's family. We did a Jack Night here on Space Game Junkie.
The person who owns it has to stream it though, right? Stream the.
Well, yeah, you have to. Yeah, you gotta like have a thing like Discord. But I know so many people who are signing up for like Discord just to talk to people, or you can use Zoom. Yeah, the first time we did it, we used Zoom, and the second time we did it, we used Discord.
And just to add to that, 4 and 5 of the packs are at 60% off on Fanatical right now.
Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll make sure we add Space Beast Terrified back to the. Well, I'll look right now. When was that? I'll look right now. But yeah, we can totally add Space Beast Terrified back to the calendar. That is not even a question. What are we doing next week? Oh, next week is Bridge Crew, because, we were not up to it last week.
Oh, that's great, because my one of the things that I've been holding off on is I've got my VR headset here, but it's not properly, like, my room's not properly set up for it, and I'm getting these two nodes, these two wall mounts for my my sensors. So that way I can actually, because right now my sensors are on my desk and there's like some stuff that's obscuring its like its view, but soon I'll have them mounted above and behind, like up above, like behind my monitors, so that way they're like no obstruction, clear view of me, so I can actually do VR stuff. So that'll be perfect timing.
All right. Well. Oh yeah, you can't use Zoom with Zoom is terrible for anything besides audio.
Yeah, it's true.
If you start using video, like everyone starts getting out of sync. Like, you would not believe how many people ask my wife, "Can't you guys just do a virtual choir over Zoom?" And she just wants to tear her hair out, because no, you cannot at all. Yeah, Zoom is not great. Discord is way better at sharing your screen. Like the other day, we all wanted to get together for Easter, my family and I. We wanted to watch a movie, and we couldn't agree on a movie until we found The Dog Who Saved Easter, which is a series of movies about a dog saving various holidays. The dog being voiced by Mario Lopez. I'm not making any of this up. And what we did is I bought the movie, the best $4 I ever spent, by the way, on Amazon, and screen shared it over Discord, and it was great because I used the Steam link to share it to my TV at the same time, and worked fabulously. We just chatted away in the text chat room. So if you're gonna be doing anything like that, Discord's great. Twitch has a new watch party service that they're rolling out. I just got an email for I just got an email for it like a few days ago. The only downside is that it has to be stuff on Amazon.
I'm actually okay with that.
I'm okay with it too. I want to try it at some point, but like, if we wanted to watch like anything on BritBox, like Midsummer Murders, can't do that. But well, no, I'm getting it through Amazon. I wonder.
Yeah, getting it through Amazon, it should technically qualify.
Like, you could watch like HBO stuff if you have HBO through Amazon.
Well, then maybe I should introduce you all to Midsummer Murders.
It's funny. I've actually been going and watching two old TV shows that I actually never really watched. One, of course, because it was before my time. But I've been watching Are You Being Served? Which is
I keep hearing how great that is.
And I've also been. I know what you guys are gonna say, but I've also been watching Baywatch.
You know what? This is a safe space, man. We're all going through some shit. You need what you need. Man, if what you need right now to get through is Baywatch, Sir,
Brian, thank you for understanding. Thank you.
Sir, no, there is no judgment here. There is no judgment here. If you need like to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians or The Bachelor or Baywatch, you know, there's no judgment. You know what I mean?
Look.
Oh, come on. How much would you pay to watch Garrick and Ducad in Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
That would be a different show, though, and I'd watch
that'd be a very different show.
It's the safest way.
God, you know what's so funny is Brian posted that really funny meme in the movie section earlier. Oh God, I was laughing so hard. Like, would you stop talking about the occupation? Me? You started it. We did not start it. Yes, you did. You invaded Bayshore. Like,
oh God. I don't know who thought to mix Faulty Towers with Deep Space Nine, but they have my heart forever.
That was so funny.
Yeah, so you can get BritBox via Amazon. It is a subscription. It's I think $6 a month. No, $7 a month. And holy cats, it's great.
Eisenberg brings up a really good point. If anybody has Disney Plus and liked the Clone Wars TV show, season 7 is streaming on there now. They've gone through the first 9 episodes, and the 9th episode is like the most Star Wars thing Disney has ever made.
Yeah, I gotta get caught up on that.
It's
Eve is the perfect game to play while getting because my wife has no interest in watching Clone Wars at all. So this is the thing I'm gonna have to like lock myself in the office and watch.
For shame. You
know, it kills me. She's not into animated stuff. Like, do you know how much I want to go through Gargoyles with her? And she just has no interest. I know.
Anytime someone says Gargoyles, the theme song kicks off in my head. I just like it's like yeah, exactly.
And that voice cast, man.
We live again.
Lightning and oh man.
Brooklyn. Goliath.
Jonathan Franks with a ponytail. I mean,
all of them. Like, oh my God, everybody in that. Like, everybody was in that damn show.
Yeah, pretty good chunk of the Trek cast was in it at some point.
Yeah, like everybody. And then you had like David Warner was in there and God, every and of course Keith, the majestic Keith David, who could do no wrong in my eyes. Yeah, love him. So there's a lot of good streaming right now too. There's some other suggestions of something to do while you have time on your hands. A lot of good streaming services out there. Let's talk about BritBox. I'm taking the wife through Red Dwarf right now. And
she'll watch Red Dwarf, but she won't watch Clone Wars.
It's live action and it's British.
I gotta have a conversation with Nicole. Like I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get it either. I wish. I've tried to get her. Let's watch. I'll show you like 1 or 2 episodes of Batman the Animated Series, the best cartoon ever made. She's like, nah. I'm like, oh. I have all of Animaniacs on DVD. All of it. Nope, not interested. Clone Wars has a lot of British sounding people in it.
There's effort there. I'll give you effort, Eisenberg, for that.
I'll tell you what. One of the reasons to watch Midsomer Murders on BritBox or Acorn. Acorn's the other British show streaming service, which is also very good. One of the reasons to watch Midsomer Murders on Acorn or BritBox is the string of famous British actors. Like Peter Capaldi was in an episode. And
oh, hold on. Eisenberg brings up a really funny point. Eddie Izzard did an amazing thing about Star Wars and British actors. What is it, Lieutenant Sebastian?
That's true.
The rebels, sir. They're here.
Did they bring tea?
Well, my God, man. What do they want? Do they bring tea? Sorry.
No, it's great. I'm just saying, like, we were watching one of the first episodes I saw had like, that looks like a really young Orlando Bloom. It was Orlando Bloom. and he gets, it's like it's like his first acting gig, and he got killed with a pitchfork, and it was great. It was so watching for the way people get murdered on that show is just, I could talk about it all day. I'm thinking of making a podcast just to talk about, like, you know how Grace Jen does a recap of, you know, D69 and stuff. I'm thinking of doing a Midsummer Murders one with all this dude's free time I have on my hands. Oh yeah, of course the IT crowd. Of course. No, I think BBC. No, wait. BritBox, I think, is partially owned by BBC, and Acorn is their own thing. Acorn's been around for decades. They were like where you'd go if you wanted to get a British show on DVD, and now they have their own streaming services. And there's some overlap. Like Midsummer Murders is on both of them, but there's also some shows that are only on Acorn. There's some shows that are only on BritBox. So there, I think if you like British TV, especially BritBox is where you go if you want a lot of comedy. It's one of the reasons we went for it, which is why we're, you know, watching Red Dwarf.
0118999 0197253.
God, right. I still think one of the funniest things I've ever seen is when Jen shows them the internet.
Yeah, the internet gods of
Stephen Hawking knows who I am. You've got to give it to me. But I actually no. I think my favorite thing in the entire series is, I'm disabled. Sir, what kind of disability do you have?
I'm disabled.
Yeah, my wife loves Father Brown. We're probably going to go through that together. We just finished Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries, which is also excellent. And so we tried to get into Allo Allo, and the raucous French accent, like, we couldn't get past it. We couldn't do it. It was just too much. It was just like having the one guy on Faulty Towers with that terrible accent. That's about all we can handle. But like Allo Allo, where everyone had, like, oh my God, I don't think we could do it. Because my wife knows French and she couldn't deal with it. it melted her brain. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna watch after Red Dwarf. I watched Red Dwarf. I didn't watch all of Red Dwarf, but I watched a lot of it, and now we're in the era that I haven't seen, and it's weird. It is so, like, have you guys seen all of Red Dwarf or any of Red Dwarf?
No, but for you to go like, I'm getting into the area where now it's weird is like that's like an oxymoron.
Well, it's a weird show, but like it was created by two guys, and then eventually one of them left. And so the show just took a noticeable dip in quality, which is when I stopped watching back in the 90s. And so now we're in the era of the show that I've not seen any of. And it's just so... It's still funny, but it's like...
I would say the same thing happened with Doctor Who. I watched Doctor Who up until Peter Capaldi came around. And then I watched a little bit like after he was on... But then, like, I think like midway through Peter Capaldi, or maybe like after his first season, they took a really long break. And I tried to watch it again, and I just couldn't get back into it.
It's the first, like, I love Peter Capaldi as an actor so much, and it was only like near the end of his run that like they really started writing for him. You know,
and that's a shame.
It's such a goddamn shame because he's a wonderful actor. Anyone who's seen The Thick of It. If you've not seen The Thick of It, go find The Thick of It.
Well, and there was also a noticeable change too in the showrunner, if I'm not mistaken, for Doctor Who, where like for a good chunk of, I'm guessing here, but I'm pretty sure it was a good chunk of like you had Eggleston through part of Matt Smith, and then like there's somewhere in Matt Smith, I feel like, is when the showrunner changed. And then, like, it was really noticeable with Peter Capaldi. Or maybe it was, like, at the end of Matt Smith it changed.
You know what's really sad? The showrunner didn't change. He just... The showrunner didn't change. It was still Stephen Moffat throughout that entire era. But
well, then who? There was like some major. Was it the writer? Like
there
who
were different writers for some reason. I don't know what the story is, but there was some different writers, and in some ways it was good. And then like the writing for the current Doctor has been really hit or miss, which is a shame because the actress is great. And she deserves better than what she's getting. What the hell's her name? Jodie Whittaker. She's a great actress, and it's just the writing again is letting her down, just like it did with Peter Capaldi. Just like it did with it's really just so inconsistent, that show. And then the only way you can really enjoy it is you remember it's a kid's show. Like it started as a kid show.
Yeah.
It's essentially still a kid show. If you just remember it's a kid show, you're like, okay, kid shows go up and down. I want to see Broadchurch, Jose. I hear it's amazing. Now tell me this, Jose. I hear it's a bit of a bummer. And my wife has a very, very, very strict no bummers rule. So there's a lot we just do not watch. I have a pretty big no bummers rule too, but hers is far more stricter than mine is. So I hear Broadchurch is a bit of a bummer, and but I would love to watch it because David Tennant and her and Olivia Colman's on that one too, I think, and she's great. She is great. One of the best things about Hot Fuzz was Olivia Colman. I wish they had given her more, but everything they gave her was just pure gold. I've been around the station a few times. Just
Fox.
God, it's such a
The old guy in that was so good.
oh God. He says you might have something there. I know. So like throughout the entire movie, he eventually understood what he was saying. Hot Fuzz, man. Maybe that's what we should do a viewing party of. Hot Fuzz.
That's how my wife and I actually started dating.
What? Really?
So yeah, so like we were friends, and then there was a few other gentlemen that were trying to vie for her attention in the area that we live, and she asked me one day because we went out to lunch, and I was like, so you want to like catch a movie sometime? And she's like, sure. Do you like Simon Pegg? I was like, I love Simon Pegg. Have you seen his TV show? And she was like, he has a TV show? And I was like, oh yeah. And so that's how we started dating, because she only knew about his movies, but she did not know about his TV show. And so we started watching his stuff, and I don't think it was his TV show that we watched first. I think we watched Hot Fuzz first, and then we started watching his TV show. But yeah, that's how that started.
I'm going to admit it took a couple of viewings to get into the TV show for me, because I need likable characters in my show. At the beginning of that show, they're just not very likable. Like no one's really likable in the beginning.
Oh, come on.
They're
man.
not.
Really? You gotta feel something for their artist neighbor who lives downstairs. Like he's,
Oh, Brian?
yeah, man. And then there was the character that I liked the most was actually the Nick Frost's character. He's the wannabe military guy.
Yeah.
And then I always loved when the courier stopped by, because like everything would turn into a beat and he'd start dancing. Because he would just like hear it in his head, so it was just like I loved space. I thought and there was also a great Star Wars moment too, where what was their landlord's dog gets kidnapped or something like that, and they do like this whole like Empire Strikes Back like montage thing where they're just like, we gotta go save the we gotta save the dog, and it's just like, we'll meet you at the rendezvous. They're just like, and they did like this whole like even like beat for beat, it was like the end of Empire Strikes Back. It was really funny.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen the whole series. I need to fix that at some point. I think it's on BritBox, but I also have the DVD. Yeah, are there any other games y'all wanted to mention, or should we call it?
I mean, like I said, there's plenty of stuff out there, and now's a good time as ever. If like you don't really have a big collective of people to play with, now's the good time to go through that backlog. I mean,
That's a good point too. That's a good.
There's Drox Operative. There's Star Traders Frontiers. Man, both of those you could get dozens and dozens of hours out of either of those.
Oh, and all the free games we get through Epic. That's a good point too. Like just Cause 4.
Yeah, Epic is putting out tons. But listen, guys, and ladies, or whoever you are out there, if you have not gotten 3030 Death War, please do yourself the favor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You must. If you're listening to this podcast, you need to own that game.
Look, at this point, we just need like a partnership with them, because we will endorse the crap out of that game.
Oh yeah, we are not sponsored by the 3030 Death War conglomerate in any way.
But we'd like to be.
We'd love to be if they're listening.
So good, so good. It's so good. I would love to see a sequel in the same genre, like style that they did. I don't understand. Sorry, I know we're dragging this on. I don't understand how 3030 Death War did what it did and did it so well. First of all, you've got the feel of like an old Sierra side scroller, like point and click adventure, mixed in with like almost how do you describe it? Like, there's so many like little hints of genres, like good parts of genres layered into this, and it has a killer soundtrack. It's like the perfect blend.
Yeah, that soundtrack is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, God, such a good soundtrack.
Chad, like
Chad's is like,
play it.
I've bought it, but I haven't played it. What are you doing? Why are you here? Go! Run! Stop listening to us!
That soundtrack merges well with just about any other game that you can play.
Especially Rebel Galaxy
I use its tracks. Oh yeah, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw for sure. I have that on my Rebel Galaxy Outlaw playlist in there. But it also works well with games like Beat Hazard. Which is awesome. If you have not played Beat Hazard, it is a twin stick shooter sort of game, except that you are playing your music.
Spaz.
Didn't I play one of the tracks during my stream of it? I think I did.
You did.
And it was it was great.
I'm gonna have to try that. That
Beat Hazard 2, man, is great.
Beat Hazard 2 is
so good.
It's so good. It's so I can only play it in very short bursts because like eventually my hand will be like, I can't feel my hand.
AC Wraith, you're a legend, man. Like, way to go.
Wait, what?
Man, April 30th through May the 4th.
Wait, what is that? How do you know that?
It's probably like a weekend, like play for free weekend.
Probably, yeah.
That's exactly what that is, because the 30th is a Thursday and the 4th is a Monday. There's a free play weekend coming up next weekend.
So they'll probably coincide with a sale. Like you play for free on the weekend and then 50% off or something like that.
We're going to be telling everybody. We're going to be screaming from the mountaintop, hey, mother beepers. Just play it. Just play it. You'll love it. You'll buy it. Seriously, that is, if you haven't played that yet, that's a quarantine game above all else. That's a game you definitely all need to play. That's a good point. I actually streamed all of it, Jose, like a while ago. I finished it. I guess it wouldn't hurt to return to it.
Now's a good time to do another playthrough, Brian.
Just a side note regarding Beat Hazard 2. The series has just celebrated its 10th anniversary because the first one came out 10 years ago. And there's a ship you can earn in the game that's a gold special ship if you play it and complete a certain track and earn over 10 million points, which you can do. It's not that difficult.
Damn. No, it's not that difficult. Chatham's, the nice thing about this game, about 3030 Death War, is that it's a massive game that you could play for dozens of hours, or for like do one mission for 5 minutes, and then you're done.
that is the nice thing about it, because you can totally just do a mission here and there, and it doesn't take long.
Yeah, and unlike some games like Objects in Space, the mission payouts are worth it. They value your time. So that is a great game. Yeah. Oh my God. Hi, Timothy Vance. Your name looks unfamiliar to me, so welcome. But yeah, both games immersed me and gave me scars to talk about. Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to talk about
that does remind me, Space Rangers is another one to have on the list, because you can get many hours of gameplay out of that.
You want to talk about a game that gave me some scars? Brian's playing it right now.
But I'm playing the as laid back as possible version of this game.
I'm actually doing the Glinte Epic Arc quest right now, which I've never done. And holy crap, this is really cool, like lore stuff, and the payout is really nice.
Is that an epic storyline?
Yeah, so it's
Epic Arc Quest
chain. Yeah. And you have to have good standings with Galente in order to do it. And then, for the Galente one. And just to like, I talked to the first guy, and his first assignment was for me to go talk to another person 5 systems away. And I got like 2 million ISK just for doing that.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn, that was nice. Yeah, friends, playing Eve now is just... Wait. You haven't played Space Rangers HD? Holy mother of Christ. Sir. Kind of be like that one video with the that's not a beaver, it's like a hedgehog or something. It's like, hey. Alan.
Yeah, I was supposed to say it's the Alan.
Alan.
Not hedgehog. It's
The hell is that thing? A prairie dog? What is that thing? I don't know what it is. But dude, Space Rangers HD, you could like lose multiple lives to that game. Oh God, what is that video?
I will say the weakest part of Space Rangers HD is the RTS sequences, and there's a chance to skip them when you get into them. You don't have to skip them, but they can get very difficult. Let's just say that. They are fun, but they can get very difficult. So just keep that in mind if you're going to play it. And you should play it.
I just posted a video of just the clip of Alan. Oh God, that video is so great. So yeah, folks, we're gonna wrap it up. We're happy to be back, and we're happy that you're here hanging out with us. So thank you so much for hanging out with us and spending time with us. A special thank you to those of you who support us via Patreon subscriptions or Twitch subscriptions. Every dollar you give helps us get closer to doing this full time, and I'm trying not to ask during this really stressful time, but I at least want to thank you. Those of you who are still feeling generous enough and able to donate, thank you. Tomorrow, we'll be back in the morning with some Europa Universalis 4. My God, my brain. And next week on the show, we are going to try and talk to our favorite people in the world, developers, game developers. We have a lot of developers on our Discord. So what we're going to do is we have a developer-only voice chat room. We're going to go in there, and we're going to invite them all in, and we're going to ask them how they're doing, how their games are doing, because, like, their hard work is keeping us entertained. So I thought it'd be fun to just check in with them, see how they're doing, because to us, they're some of the most important people around. So yeah, and speaking of important people, we are going to have another mental health check-in, community check-in this Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Come join us in the voice chat room or here on Twitch, and we'll just talk and vent and just see how we're all doing. You can check out the calendar. Oh God, wait, different button. There it is. Come on, work. It didn't work. Come on. I don't know why it's not working. But yeah, you can go to the calendar at spacegamejunkie.com. Where is it? To see what's coming up this week. We have a lot of games coming up this week. But as always, thank you for listening and watching and all that stuff. And we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. to watch me bungle through Europa Universalis 4. Have a great one, y'all. Stay safe, be well, and take care of each other. Bye-bye.